Hello everyone, my name is Yasei. Today I'm here to try and help discuss the mastery pages. Well, what I mean by discussion, I mean just talking about them and my feels and opinions on them, considering some of them might be a bit broken than the other ones. And just to help those who are still confused on what to get and what to do on that kind of stuff. For instance, I've made a Warlords page right here, which of course I've gone into Fury, First Blood, Natural Talent, Battle Trance, Battering Blows, Warlord's Bloodlust, with Recovery, Siege Master, Runic Armor, and Insight. Now, I'm obviously not a Korean Challenger Pro and that kind of stuff, so obviously they might do things differently. Everyone does things differently. I'm just discussing and talking about why I've chosen the route that I have and that kind of stuff. And hopefully this gives you guys an idea. Hopefully this gives everyone else an idea on what to do and what to pick and that kind of stuff. Obviously, since I've gone for Warlords, this means I'm more of an AD build and that kind of stuff. So, well, there's no point getting ability power, so there's a reason why I went with attack speed. Now, I went with Fresh Blood because the first basic attack every 6 seconds is usually something you particularly want, especially if you want to trade and that kind of stuff. And then usually you want to do that. I mean, Feast is okay, yeah, but I feel like more damage. Like, this is like for farming, but I'm usually, for me, I just feel like I'm going to be more trading into my opponent and dealing damage in team fights and that kind of stuff, which is the reason why I went Fresh Blood. I could have gone with Exposed Weakness, which, causing damage to enemies exposes them, and then your allies deals more damage and that kind of stuff. But I wanted to take something in lane to help me trade better and that kind of stuff. I did want to get Vampirism because I think the whole 5% lifesteal and spell ramp you can get out of it is pretty good. But I thought since I'm going Warlords, which pretty much gives me lifesteal anyway, I'll go with Natural Talent, as Natural Talent gives me more AD and ability power and that kind of stuff to, help me deal more damage, because there's no point getting lifesteal because that's what Warlord gives me. Now, obviously, I don't think Bounty Hunter is that particularly good, and I don't think Double-Edged Sword is good either. I mean, it's actually really, really good, because 5% additional damage can stack up if you have like 500 AD, but I don't like taking that additional 2.5 additional damage. That's the reason why I don't get Double-Edged Sword. Instead, I took Battle Trance, which is I gain up to 5% increased damage, Double-Edged Sword, over 5 seconds when in combat. So it's pretty much like the Double-Edged Sword anyway, but I don't take the additional 2.5 additional damage. Sure, it stacks up over time, but eventually, as the fight drags on, it'll pretty much be Double-Edged Sword just without, hurting myself. So that's why I took Battle Trance instead. I took Battering Blows because obviously AD, there's no point going for Piercing Thoughts when I'm going for an AD build. Warlords, the more health I'm losing, the more lifesteal I get, which is pretty good. I was thinking of going into some kind of cunning thing, but then I thought, you know what, let's go over here instead. Obviously, more health regen per second to help me stay in lane, to help me sustain that kind of stuff. Unyielding wouldn't be too bad either, the bonus armor and magic resistance, but, I thought health regen, that's more guaranteed over that. I didn't want to go Explorer, even though that is pretty good. And Tough Skin, it's just like, I'm not going to particularly jungling, I don't think, with a Warlord, so there's no point getting it. Siege Master, that's always handy when you're by your tower, you're trying to hold it, you're trying to defend it. And then 8 armor and magic resistance is pretty decent. It's probably better than Unyielding if you think about it. I obviously went with Runic Armor because shields, healing, and regeneration and lifesteal are 8% stronger. That means my Warlord's Bloodlust is 8% stronger, which is the reason why I got Runic Armor. Veteran Scars obviously isn't too bad, but I wanted to chain my Runic Armor with my Warlords. And then I got Insight, so then my summoner spells are reduced by 15%, like TP if I take this top, or Flash, everyone takes Flash. So this is just mainly just to help me Flash and use those other summoner spells a lot quicker and that kind of stuff. Perseverance isn't too bad. It's pretty much like a Garen passive. It's really good. And Fearless isn't too bad either. But, I wanted the ability to use my summon spells more often than not. So, now that we're done with the Warlords, let's go with Fever for battle. So, Fever. Obviously, since this would be more of an AD build, we'll go with attack speed. Once again, we'll go with Fresh Blood because I'll be trading in more often. I won't have Lifesteal with this. So let's go with Vampirism. Just so I get 2% Lifesteal and Spell Vamp. And we'll go with Battle Trance again because I still think it's better than these other two. Battering Blows, Fever. So now I get more attack speed and that kind of stuff, which is pretty good, pretty decent. Now, Fever for Battle is more of a marksman path. You wouldn't really get it on junglers or top laners. So we'll get Wanderer, movement speed out of combat, that kind of stuff. Since it will be a marksman build, I'm probably going to get some buffs every now and again. So Runic Affinity isn't too bad. Deal 1% damage to champions below 40% health. That's pretty good. As a marksman, they should always get that. Now, Greenfather's Gift, I think, is far better than these two. Dangerous Game, that's just kind of like... It's okay. But Bandit's just like... That's more of a support thing. You can get it on a marksman, but, you know... I'm here to deal damage, which is what Greenfather's Gift is. Stepping into a brush causes your next damaging attack or ability to deal 3% of your target's current health as bonus magical damage. That's freaking insane, especially with Fever for Battle. So now we move quicker, we retain buffs a bit longer, have some lifesteal and that kind of stuff, sustainability. Deal more damage to champions below 40% health, which also changes into Greenfather's Gift quite nicely. So then obviously as a marksman of some kind, like Ezra or Corki or Vayne, me just queuing out of a bush, tumbling out of a bush, or just throwing a Q out of a bush will deal insane amounts of damage. So that should be pretty alright. Next will be Deathfire Touch. So it'll be Deathfire. Now, do I decide to go for attack speed or ability power and that kind of stuff? Because there are about 2 marksmen that I can think of that you take Deathfire Touch on, but you mainly get it for mages or some junglers now that you don't have the other jungler keystone that's been removed for pretty much Courage of the Colossus. So let's actually split this into 2. Let's go 80. Deathfire 80. So then obviously attack speed, Fresh Blood, which is pretty good. We won't have any lifesteal, so let's go Vampirism, Battle Trance, Battering Blows, Deathfire. Now, since this would be mainly used for someone like a Jhin, what would a Jhin need? A Jhin needs some movement speed, runics. Mana isn't too bad on Jhin, but we'll go Merciless because of that burst damage that Jhin usually gets. And then Greenfathers. And then we shall go into Deathfire AP. And then pretty much do the same thing. Except this time we'll go for Natural Talent. No point getting life. The Spell Vamp isn't too bad on mages, but I feel like the Natural Talent will provide APs a bit more burst and that kind of stuff. Deathfire, pretty much the same thing, and there we go. And then that's it for Deathfire. Now we're going to move on to Storm Raider Surge, which is mainly used for someone like Talon or Rise. Did I spell that right? Yeah, I did spell that right. Alright, that's good. Alright, so single targets and spells do 1 damage to minions and monsters. Meh. Obviously want that. Can retain more buffs. We want to deal burst, so obviously Merciless is the way to go. I think Greenfather's Gift will deal quite an amount of damage here. Gain some lethality and magic penetration. Do I want intelligence? Let's talk about this. Cooldown 45%, so I get an additional 5% cooldown reduction. That could mean a lot in the end. I'm probably going to be buying lethality and magic resistance. For now, I'll keep it like this. Unless I find out, like, in games in the future that I'm lacking that split-second cooldown that I need, in which case I might swap over to intelligence instead. Well, now we'll talk about, do we go over here and the Resolve tree, or do we go on the Ferocity tree? Well, do we need armor and magic resistance? Well, you could always use some armor and magic resistance, and nothing wrong with going tanky, but we kind of want the attack speed and the burst and that kind of stuff. Natural Talent, and then Battle Trance. So hopefully with a Rise or a Talon, this will do just fine to burst someone down and deal a lot of damage and that kind of stuff. And next are Thunderlords. OP Thunderlords. Thunder. Once again, Wanderer, that, and that. So pretty much the same thing as before, except, you know, instead of that, we get this. But here is where we might want to change it to Thunder 80 for more attack speed, that, life steal, and battle trance. And then we go Thunder AP. That. This time with this. This time with that. And that and that. Now, the reason why I went with Exposed Weakness here is because if I'm going someone with Thunderlord's AP with ability power and that kind of stuff, then I'm probably either going to be an AP jungler, like Sejuani, Nautilus, Diana, and that kind of stuff, or I'm going to be someone mid, like Azir, Diana once again, Anivia, in which case I'm probably going to have a lot more AoE abilities to proc Exposed Weakness, which means I think Exposed Weakness might actually prove more better, for a lack of words that I can't think of at the moment, than Fresh Blood. I mean, sure, I might lose some trading and that kind of stuff in the lane, but I feel like in the team fights where it's really going to matter, then Exposed Weakness should help me deal, or should help my team deal that extra damage and that kind of stuff. Once again, this is just here to talk about and give everyone some ideas and that kind of stuff. Next is Windspeaker's Blessing, so some support stuff. Wind. Well, there's no point getting Savagery, we aren't dealing that kind of stuff. Let's go get the secret stash for cookies and that kind of stuff. Now, we want Meditation, so we can spam our abilities and that kind of stuff. We want Bandit for golds. We want Intelligence. Whoop, not Thunderlords. We want Storm Raiders. I mean, not Storm Raiders, sorry. We want Wind Speakers. Now, nope. Sometimes I kind of do like to go over here, because then if you get Exposed Weakness as a support, that means if you land a hook as Brom, then they're going to take 3% additional damage. So the point you want to, what you want to ask yourself is, do I want to be a support that deals more team-based damage, or do I want to be a support that can take more team damage? In which case, I'm going to make two. I'm going to make Wind Expose, and then I'm going to make Wind probably Siege. But for now, let's actually get rid of that, because some supports I have don't have ability power, and I have that instead. So do I want Natural Talent? Probably. Once again, you ask yourself, do I need to go further down in this tree? Probably not. Vampirism and Natural Talent is pretty much useless on a support, so then that's when you go over here, and then you go Armor and Magic Resistance, because that's pretty good. You go Siege Master, so you get that anyway. And then you get... oh, you can't get anything else. I've pretty much maxed it out. Alright, so there's no point in probably making a second one. I've reached both things that I wanted to do. You get Siege Master, more armor, and that. But once again, you talk to yourself and you ask yourself, do I want to deal more damage, or do I want to be more tanky? Like, you could sacrifice these 6 points and go down here and get more runic armor and insight. For instance, I could actually sacrifice Exposed Weakness and my little bit of attack speed, which probably should be the way to go and the best thing to go, to runic armor, so then my shields and healing and regeneration are stronger, which is good, because normally as a support, as a Soraka, as a Janna, as a Thresh, because Thresh can provide a shield, as a Lulu, because Lulu can provide a shield, your shields will be stronger, your regeneration will be stronger. And then, obviously, with Insight, you'll be able to exhaust more often, you'll be able to flash more often. So, you know what? I will make two. I will choose one page where I have Expose, and then I'll have another with Insight. So that'll be Wind Insight. You know, just if I want to take that more team damage and that kind of stuff. Bandit, Intelligence, Wind Speakers, to Unyielding, Siege Master, Runic Armor, and then Insight. So now I have two. Now I have two versions of it. Do I want to deal more team-based damage, or do I want to take more damage? I guess, obviously, if I'm playing someone squishy like a Janna or a Soraka, this will be the way that I go. However, if I'm playing someone like a Thresh or a Braum, I'll probably take this instead. Anyway, let's go to Grasp of the Undying. This is a good one. Grasp. So obviously, we'd probably want the Armor and Magic Resistance. Would probably want the Siege Master. Or do we want to run faster? Actually, if I'm taking Grasp, I'm probably playing someone in the top lane. In which case, I'm probably going to be in and out of bushes more often than not. So we'll take the Explorer. We'll take that and that. Do we? Gain 10% plus 2% magic when damaged by an enemy champion for 2 seconds. That's TP on a shorter cooldown. That's just my health regeneration. Nothing wrong with going to summon spells on a shorter cooldown, so we'll go with that to be safe. I do sacrifice some health, but hopefully my self-regeneration and that kind of stuff would be just as strong. Do I want tenacity and slow resistance, or do I want armor and magic resistance? Well, I've already got some armor and magic resistance up here, so I'll go with the tenacity, because, you know, stopping all that CC will be pretty good. And then Grasp of the Undying. Now, I got 12 points. I'm an 80 top laner. So, let's go over here to Fresh Blood. Do I want Vampirism? Yes, I do, to chain in with Runic Armor. I then want Battle Trance. So then there we go. And then go with freaking OP Courage of the Colossus. So, whoops. Courage. Did I spell that wrong? I probably did. I missed a U. Thought I did. Did I still spell it wrong? No, I got it right. Okay. So then obviously I'm playing someone tanky, so I want that. I'm probably playing someone in the jungle or top laner, so Explorer. That once again, summon spells for quicker smites and that kind of stuff. Swiftness, because I've got that. Courage of the Colossus. Want more attack speed, as I said, probably in the jungle. Probably an AoE type of jungle, so expose weakness. Vampirism to go in with Runic Armor, and then Battle Trance. There we go, Courage of the Colossus. I could probably make another one where I go down here instead, and then get Grandfather's Gift. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Courage, green. So then we'll do the same thing, move faster, that kind of stuff. So move even more faster, so I should be pretty fast to be able to gank lanes and that kind of stuff really quickly. Want that. I would probably want Merciless in Grandfather's Gift. So yeah, that's my reasoning for taking Grandfather's Gift and that kind of stuff. Courage will change this up a bit for Trance, just so I can tell the difference. And then last but not least, Bond of Stone. So, Bond, James Bond. I obviously want armor and magic resistance. I probably want to take tough skin, maybe. Once again, this is where you ask yourself, do I want to run faster in bushes and rivers? Probably not, because you're probably going to be playing as support. Do I want tough skin? Probably not. It's not really that good. Siege Master is pretty okay, so we'll take that, because more often than not, you're probably going to be backed into your tower anyway. Do I want more shields, healing, regeneration, and lifesteal? I'll probably be using this on Braum, so probably not. So I'll go with the extra 50 health instead, just to be that little bit tankier. Because I can't think of a reasoning to take Runic Armor on Braum or Thresh. I mean, Thresh has the additional shield, yeah, sure. But, you know, because you'd mainly take it on someone like Taric. Actually, that's a good reason to take Runic Armor. Taric provides lots of good health healing and that kind of stuff, so never mind. Healing's pretty good. 50 health doesn't mean anything when you can heal yourself for 8% more. And then obviously Insight for more flashes and exhausts. We'll take swiftness for tenacity and slows. Bond, that, 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 and that. And then there you go. That's all the main, just all the main things that I'll do for now until I can think of another way. Obviously, you still have 7 more pages to... I still have 7 more pages to experiment and that kind of stuff. But that is my reasoning for picking these masteries and that kind of stuff. So hopefully this has helped me explaining it and me just going, oh, this is why I've done this, this is why I've done that. I'm not that high in the ranking ladder, so I probably don't know half the things that I'm on about. But let me know what you guys have chosen and what you guys have done and that kind of stuff. And try and help other people as well in their choice and that kind of stuff. So I will see you guys later. Goodbye.